this case, just enter my name. So as soon as you enter your first name and last name, the initial is automatic. Just take the default. There's no need to change that part. Just click OK, and then you can then at that point close LibreOffice. In other words, I want you to customize LibreOffice to your particular name. So I'm gonna close this one. I don't even have to save the file. So I'll cancel this and discard. All right. So next time I start up LibreOffice, oh, there's one more instance here. So it's already remembered. Okay, very good. So I want to double check to make sure that this is sticking. So I would go to Office, start up LibreOffice again, go to Tools, Options, and you can see that you don't even have to save anything. It is automatic. You just have to close the application for it to make sure that it is saved. Okay. All right. So step 3, which is your homework assignment. Okay. The actual homework assignment. All right, so I'm going to create a homework assignment on the fly right now. So I'll just give you something, kind of similar to what we did a little bit earlier. So we'll have x gets 6, y gets 2, x gets x minus y, y gets x. And then I'll throw in something, x gets 4. Okay, that's it. So I want you to trace this algorithm. This is sheet 1. And this is why you have to install OpenOffice, because I'm going to turn on track changes. Okay. Now once I turn on track changes, and I will make it so that it doesn't show it, so it won't be distracting to you. Okay. But once I turn on track changes, I can go to sheet 2 and start to type, gibberish. Oh, gibberish. I think it's spelled correctly. Yeah. Yep. Then,
no, wait,
after this,
G. It's G.
It's G, not
yeah.
J. Spell check didn't catch it. Okay, so I can now go to changes, and I can go to accept or reject, and I can see how I just changed the document. You can see that at this particular time, I type gibberish with a J, and then at the other time I change it to gibberish with a G. So I want to keep track of this kind of information in the document, and I can now delete it. And guess what? It will also show me that it is now empty. So I'm keeping track of all this information. Well, I want to just find out how long it takes for you guys to complete the homework assignment, for one thing. And this is also a tool that I can use to see people copying and pasting from somebody else. In the past, I have used this particular mechanism to actually tell that two people in the class were cheating. One person was actually writing the answers, actually doing the work. The other person was looking at the other screen and copying the answers. So most of the time you can say, well, but how can you prove that, right? Well, I can see the interlocking of the changes, but then someone can say, but what if they are just working on the same question at exactly the same time, and the pace just so happens to be about the same? Okay, that can certainly happen, right? I have no problem with that sort of thing happening. It's by coincidence. Well, the evidence comes in when one person went back to a cell to make a change, and guess what? The other person went back and make the same change at the same time. And there were a few things like that, and after a few times, and the next question was the same thing. The other spreadsheet has exactly the same pattern, and that's how I can tell that okay, I think this is not the way it's supposed to be. So that's why I want to turn on track changes, and that's why we want to use LibreOffice, because even though Microsoft Office can open this file, if Microsoft Office open this file, it would have lost the track changes setting in the document. Okay, so that's why when you do your homework assignment, you have to do it in LibreOffice and not in Microsoft Office. All right, so I'm going to save the document to the temp folder. We'll just call this assignment 1. And then over here, that's step 3, which is your actual homework assignment. I would say right click here and save the document. And obviously I have to specify where here is. That's my assignment 1. Upload the file. All right, so right click and save the document. Okay, did I say click? No, because what happens when you click it? If you click it, it will open up the document from within the browser, and it will open it read only, which means you won't be able to make any changes if you just click it. If you right click and then save the document and go to the location where you save the document, then you can change the content of the document. Okay? Sheet 1 contains the algorithm. Use sheet 2 to trace the algorithm. Follow all the conventions. At the class. Okay. Spell check. All right. Okay, that's fine. When you're done, what do you do? Okay. When you are done, save the file, close LibreOffice. I always close the application first, or at least close the document first, just to make sure that I'm not, submitting a file that is quote unquote in, that is being modified. Okay. So I will either close LibreOffice or at least the document, and then upload the file using the upload interface below this description. All right, so the description is now done. I have to specify the rest. How long do you think this will take? I think Tuesday would be reasonable over the break, over the weekend. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have a due date of 29th. 29th, and we'll do it. Should I enable that? And we'll make it due right before the class starts, so it'll be 10:30. Require student click submit button. New. Require student accept the submission statement. New. I don't want to get one email per submission. That will get annoying. Notify graders about late submission. New. Online text notes. File submission, yes. Number of file 1. And let's see. Usually has a way to specify whether you can turn it in again. This is going to be a very small point value homework assignment, only 5 points. And then we'll save it. Oh, I missed something. All right, I know it's almost time, but I need to tell you guys how to turn in the homework assignment. So I'm going to pretend to be a student right now. I'm going to switch my role to a student. So this way, you will see what you should be seeing when you sign into Moodle. First of all, to find your homework assignment, you can go to upcoming events. You can see the homework assignment is here already. You can also go to the topic that we were in earlier, which is topic 2. And you can also see assignment and LibreOffice. So you click that. After you click that, you will see the description itself. You will see the link to Portable Office. See this link here? So right click and you save link as. You make sure you remember where you save it. Okay, I just save it into my default download folder. And I can open it up from within here. Okay, so now how do we turn it in? Well, to turn it in, you click Add Submission. Just like that. And then after that, you can go here and specify Add. Go to Browse. Go to the folder where you had the file. I'm just using this one here. Click Open, and then you click Upload the file. Upload this file. And your homework assignment is limited to 5 megabytes. I see no reason why it should be more than 5 megabytes. Yep.
Well, for those who are on the waiting list,
If you're on the waiting list, you don't have access to the homework assignment yet. So I kind of have to think about how to deal with it. If you're on the wait list at this point. This class will have a wait list for for the near future. So what I will probably end up doing is to manually add everybody on the wait list to be a manually added student. So you have access to Moodle, but not actually in the roster. I kind of have to talk to the dean about this and figure out how to do this part. Okay, so once you see this part here, you can click Save Changes. And then after you click Save Changes, make sure that you double check and see that your file submissions has that file already here. You can actually right click that file and save it back to your computer. In other words, you can work on the homework assignment at home, turn it in, a partially done homework assignment, go to work, go back to Moodle, right click and download it back and continue to work on it and then submit it again. Okay? Are there any questions about turning in homework assignments like this? No questions? All right. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a nice weekend.
So for those of us that are trying to add the class,
Yeah, you won't be able to work on the homework assignment because you don't have an account.